Welcome. Today we're bringing you important information about the upcoming documentary Universe Design, directed by Christian apologist and filmmaker Michael Ray Lewis. This film explores one of the greatest questions of our time. Is the universe the result of random chance or intentional design? Whether you're a skeptic, seeker, or a believer wanting answers, this announcement will help you understand what this groundbreaking documentary is all about, why it matters, and how you can stay informed about its public release and future showings. Here is a clear, powerful definition of apologetics grounded directly in Michael Ray Lewis's personal journey. Apologetics defined through Michael Ray Lewis's journey. Apologetics, in light of Michael Ray Lewis's story, is the intentional pursuit of truth that examines the scientific, historical, and philosophical evidence for God in order to remove obstacles to belief and lead seekers toward a rational, confident faith. For Michael, apologetics was not an abstract field of study. It was the bridge that carried him from disbelief to devotion. As an atheist, Michael needed more than emotional arguments or religious tradition. He needed evidence that could stand up to scrutiny. Through apologetics, he discovered scientific reasoning pointing to a designed universe, historical credibility supporting Jesus and the resurrection, philosophical arguments explaining morality, consciousness, and meaning. Apologetics became the tool God used to answer his deepest objections and reveal that Christianity is intellectually sound. It transformed him from a skeptic asking hard questions into a believer equipped to help others ask and answer those same questions. Short version: apologetics is the thoughtful defense of the Christian faith using evidence and reason, the very process God used to move Michael Ray Lewis from atheism to belief. 1. Early life and atheistic foundations. Michael Ray Lewis grew up as an atheist, not merely skeptical, but convinced that God did not exist. His worldview was shaped by naturalistic explanations of life, scientific narratives centered on evolution, a belief that Christianity lacked rational foundation. Because of this, he viewed religion as unnecessary and unsupported by evidence. A turning point. Everything changed when his wife shared that she felt Jesus was calling her back. This personal spiritual awakening in his home became the catalyst that pushed Michael into uncomfortable but honest questioning. To the questions that changed everything. As many skeptics do, Michael began asking the kinds of questions that challenge both believers and non believers. Does science leave room for God? Is the universe intelligently designed? Can evolution account for consciousness, morality, and meaning? Did Jesus actually exist? And is the resurrection historically defensible? Many Christians struggle to answer these questions, but rather than settling for shallow explanations, Michael pushed deeper. His search led him into Christian apologetics, where he discovered scholars who addressed these very issues with clarity and depth. 3. A 3-year investigation that reshaped his life. Michael spent 3 intense years researching the scientific, historical, and philosophical evidence for God's existence. His study would have included topics such as scientific evidence, fine tuning of the universe, origin of life and information theory, cosmology, especially the beginning of the universe, Big Bang implications, historical evidence, historicity of Jesus, reliability of the New Testament manuscripts, evidence for the resurrection, philosophical evidence, moral argument for God, argument from consciousness, argument from reason. By the end of this deep intellectual journey, he concluded that God is the best explanation for reality. At age 29 in 2016, he surrendered his life to Christ. Number 4, filmmaking as a calling. Turtle Moon Films. Michael's film career began in 2012, but after coming to Christ, it took on a new direction and purpose. Turtle Moon Films. He founded Turtle Moon Films, a production company dedicated to creating media that communicates the truth of the gospel, presents apologetics in an accessible form, reaches skeptics, seekers, and believers alike. His approach blends storytelling with evidence based arguments, making apologetics cinematic, understandable, and compelling. Number 5, Universe Designed, his signature documentary. As the director of the documentary Universe Designed, Michael presents scientific and philosophical arguments for a creator through visual storytelling. Themes in the film include fine tuning of physical constants, complexity of DNA, the precision of cosmic laws, why the universe appears to be intentionally ordered. His work sits alongside the tradition of apologists such as William Lane Craig, Lee Strobel, and Frank Turek, but with a cinematic, accessible approach. 6. His mission today. Michael now dedicates his life to helping unbelievers see that faith is not blind, understand that Christianity has robust intellectual foundations, engage science, not run from it, empowering believers, equipping Christians to answer difficult questions, giving tools to defend their faith with confidence, encouraging thoughtful, evidence rooted discipleship. His transformation from atheist to believer positions him as a bridge between skeptics and the Christian faith. Number 7, why his story matters. Michael Ray Lewis represents an important modern apologetics figure because he was not persuaded by emotion, he was persuaded by truth. His testimony resonates strongly with atheists, agnostics, former Christians, believers lacking confidence in apologetics. He demonstrates that science and faith are not enemies. He shows that God can use intellectual pursuit as a pathway to salvation. He models how personal calling and professional skill, filmmaking, can be merged for kingdom impact. Number 8, a summary paragraph. Michael Ray Lewis, once a committed atheist, encountered questions about God that launched him into a 3-year investigation of scientific, philosophical, and historical evidence for Christianity. Convinced by the weight of reason, he gave his life to Christ in 2016. Now a Christian apologist and filmmaker, he leads Turtle Moon Films and directs documentaries such as Universe Designed, using cinematic storytelling to equip believers and challenge skeptics with compelling evidence for God's existence. Thank you for watching. If you want updates on Universe Designed, including release dates, screenings, or public showings, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Share this video with someone who's exploring the big questions of life, science, and faith. Remember, truth invites investigation, and your journey matters. Until next time, stay curious, stay thoughtful, and stay inspired.